Hybrid meetings that don't suck. The five-step system we use with Google and Microsoft. All right, how many of us, raise your hand, if you've been in a hybrid meeting that just could have been done in an email, to put it mildly, okay? For those who don't know what a hybrid meeting is, you can see it on your screen. They're the meetings where you have some people on screen and you have some people in person together, and you're running a meeting simultaneously with people physically and people not physically in the room. It can be a challenge, but the good news is I'm here to give you guys some tips on how to run a successful hybrid meeting so that it's not one of those it could have been done in an email situation. All right, let's get started. So bad hybrid meetings are costing organizations millions in lost productivity. This proof method that I'm going to show you guys today is going to transform your dysfunctional meetings into high impact collaboration sessions that everyone's going to appreciate. And it's going to appreciate everybody's time and input, whether they're in the room or whether they're joining remotely. All right. So the costly reality of hybrid meeting failure. We got to talk about why they're not working. In your case, maybe more so than others. So the $500 million problem. Ineffective hybrid meetings have a major productivity drain across industries. And according to Harvard Business Review, 65% of meetings fail to achieve their objectives. This is totaling $500 million plus in lost productivity for large enterprises annually. How many of you guys, seriously, we all know we've been there. We've been in these hybrid meetings and it's just janky. There's just nothing going on. Or I say nothing going on. It's like too many things are going on, which means nothing is going on. You've got some people paying attention here, others not so much there. Everybody doesn't feel present at the same time. And as you can see at the bottom here, when remote participants can't fully engage, organizations lose valuable perspectives. Like anything in life, if you have that lack of engagement, there's a lot of things you're missing out on, okay? The two-tiered meeting trap, okay? Remote participants often become second-class citizens in hybrid settings, leading to reduced engagement and participations, missed nonverbal cues and side conversations, technology frustrations that derail discussion. Hey, you're on mute. Hey, did you hear what I said? I was just in a meeting not even 24 hours ago where we had issues with connectivity, and we were getting every other word from somebody who was in a in this board meeting that I was taking place in. So we know that technology in one way, shape, or form is going to rear its ugly head. Sometimes we can control it, sometimes we can't. And unequal access to visual materials and whiteboards. So somebody might have something physically in the room that they're in, but if you're, joining in remotely, you can't see what everybody else can see. And then you kind of feel left out. You're kind of like on the outside looking in. Okay. So we're going to talk about how do we fix these problems. All right. First thing you want to do is prep asynchronously. Okay. Prepare pre-reads and mandate questions 24 hours before the meeting using tools like Loom or Notion. All right, this encourages everybody to arrive prepared and reduces meeting time spent on background information. Again, how many times have we seen this? Does anybody have any questions about anything? And then it kind of gets dragged out a little bit, and then somebody might bring up something that's not relevant, and then it's just like, okay, why are we still here? Let's get out of here. All right. So if there is something that everybody needs to read or needs to see, make sure you're sharing that before the meeting takes place. So therefore, if I'm joining in remotely and there's something on a board that I can barely see, I actually have the physical, PDF file or what have you on my computer screen, or I was able to print it out before that meeting takes place. All right. Roles assigned. Designate key roles that rotate among team members. Facilitator, tech monitor, whatever, okay? Make sure all of that takes place. I know that I've done some public speaking events where, somebody in the audience, I will designate them as the audio visual person because, again, technology, sometimes we'll do some technology things And there's usually one or two people who are able to figure out a connection here or something there, and then it becomes like, congratulations on your promotion. You're now the AV audio guy. You're like, what? And I've been voluntold to be that person too, so it's all good. But make sure you get that those roles assigned initially. All right. Optimize tech, optimize tech, optimize tech, optimize tech, y'all. Okay. You got to implement an equal square view where each participant gets the same screen real estate. You don't want one person to have the big, large screen, unless this is the presenter and they're presenting something. Everybody gets the equal view, all right? So we're not looking at, somebody who's got a bigger screen for no reason for whatsoever, all right? Use collaborative tools like Miro whiteboards and make hand raising mandatory before speaking and preventing talkovers. Another thing that's not on here, if you can, put everybody on mute if you have the power to do so, because undoubtedly, you might hear a conversation on the side come up. And so you're doing your presentation and then you're hearing somebody on the side say, what? I didn't tell them to do that. Now that disrupts your flow and you're just like, what's going on? And it just throws off the whole energy. So if you have the ability to put everybody on mute, and so if somebody needs to come off mute, make them request a hands up or whatever it is so that you can, control that portion of the meeting so that they can speak up. All right. The fourth thing, outcomes first. Outcomes first, outcomes first. Structure your agenda as decision questions only. For example, should we launch Q2? Options A, B, C, or D. All right. So this focuses the discussion on clear choices rather than open-ended questions. Now, if it's meant to be an open-ended type, meeting or whatever it is, okay, that's one thing. But if you want these hybrid meetings to go smoothly, fluently, end on time, okay, not 15 hours after the fact, make sure whatever the question is, there's literally 3, 4, or 5 decisions that need to be picked, okay? Try to keep it to no more than 3 or 4. All right. Last but not least, follow up fast. So send a 10-minute summary with action items, owners, and deadlines within 1 hour of meeting conclusions. This accountability mechanism ensures decisions translate into action. Now, listen, we're in the 21st century. All right. In this age of AI will take the notes for you and summarize all of this stuff for you. So there is literally no excuse as to why you can't, in 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes. I mean, I'll even give you a grace period of 15 to 30 minutes. There's no excuse as to how you can't summarize a meeting that just took place with today's technology. All right. So make sure you're following up fast. And when you implement these methods, you're going to see your meeting time reduced by 30% or more, in the future. So do these things. You guys are going to be great. You're going to be successful. And with that, thank you for coming to my talk. Appreciate you guys coming to my YouTube channel. If you guys want to accelerate in your careers, if you want to be successful, get into the C-suite, be the best version of yourself, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you know somebody who could benefit, make sure you guys share this with them too. All right. And with that, I will see you guys soon.